now that we're done with all of that, hi, welcome back, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. So happy you're here. Thank you for watching. I'm currently trying to make my smoothie for the day. I realized I don't have any bananas, and I don't think I've ever actually made one without bananas. So this is gonna be really interesting. Ooh, I feel like extra strawberries is warranted if there are no bananas. I figured I would bring you along with me today for just a typical day in my life while I try to focus really hard on doing things that can introduce some more peace into my life. I feel like I've been in a high stress time recently, and I just need to find some ways to like bring down the baseline level of stress and anxiety in my life. So today is going to be a day all about trying to bring peace into my life and maybe order. I feel like order also brings me peace. But starting with doing a morning routine. It is so weird to be making my smoothie after already having been up for so long. It's like it's almost 8 o'clock right now. I need to hurry up because I'm gonna have to get to work. But I got up around 5:30 and probably did all of that routine for an hour. Okay, no more raspberries. It probably wasn't supposed to take me that long, but it did. I just really feel like bringing some sort of a routine into my morning could help set my day up for success, because I do believe that the way you start the day is really important for how you're feeling throughout the day. And maybe that's why I'm saying that I feel so stressed right now, because my mornings always look different. There is no sort of a routine to them. I get up usually with enough time to do more than just head straight to work, but I get up and then I find some other sort of work to do. I will find myself editing videos or doing work for patients. Ooh, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Kayla, I'm 26. I'm currently working as a travel physical therapist. So yeah, I have patients, and that's sometimes what I find myself working on in the mornings. And I just feel like if before I get to all of that, I could have a routine that I do, maybe everything wouldn't feel so rushed. Getting some turbulence. Okay. Moment of truth. Can a smoothie be made without a banana? It's very grainy, but that's because there are so many chia seeds in here and blackberries, but I still feel like it's more grainy than it usually is when I have a banana. Also just kind of tastes watery to me. I feel like bananas add a lot of flavor, but it's edible. I'm gonna pop this in the freezer while we finish talking so it doesn't melt on me. Okay, as I was saying, today was my first day really trying to fit a true morning routine in, and I'm gonna try to be consistent with the one I did today. What I did today was I got up. Oh wait, I'll rewind. The routine that I came up with was a mix of Mel Robbins' morning routine and then a morning routine that Dr. Rajan Chatterjee has talked about before. I feel like Mel Robbins is a little bit more well-known. She's got like the #1 podcast in the world right now. And she just talks about personal development, and she's really relatable. Like, it's just kind of very colloquial speech all the time versus kind of the people that you're used to who talk about self-betterment that might seem a little bit more academic. So she's nice, she's relatable, but it's a mix of their two routines and with a couple of things cut out because, you know, you got to eat an elephant one bite at a time. There are so many things I feel like I could add to a morning routine, but trying to give myself something achievable for right now. So here's what I did this morning. I got up and I was supposed to not snooze my alarm. I probably snoozed it twice. I was hoping to get up around 5, but it was closer to 5:30. But twice is good for me, especially when I know I don't need to get up. Like, there's not necessarily patient notes I need to do. I'm just getting up to try to establish a routine for myself. I'll snooze that alarm 8 times. So 2 times is a win for me. We will see if we can get down to 0. And then ideally after that, I would go straight outside and try to take in the sun, look at the sun, to just like let that light into my eyes. It's apparently really good for resetting your circadian rhythm. Also, just sitting outside is really peaceful. Like, I could hear the birds outside this morning, even though it was cold. It was freaking cold as heck. But even through all of that, like, I just feel like I gained so much energy and joy from being outside. I couldn't go outside right away this morning though, because the sunrise wasn't until 6:30, which I feel like is pretty late. So for a little while, I just went ahead and started with my hygiene. And what else did I do? I did get on my computer and try to set up my gratitude journal. I have gratitude journaled in the past, but haven't been consistent with it. So I was just like revamping it. And then early 6 o'clock, the sun started coming out. So I was able to go outside and I did my gratitude journaling out there. Gratitude journaling, I feel like, is one of those simple things that we all know that we can do. And it's so easy that I feel like sometimes it gets talked about in a cliche way. Like people kind of say it's too easy, it's too simple, but I just have a more positive outlook after I do something like that. In a perfect world, once I get this routine down and I'm a little bit more efficient, I also want to write down what I feel like would make today a great day, because all of us want to have a good day, but we don't always clearly define what that would look like for today. Sometimes I think that very broadly, if I were to think of a good day, I would think of like a vacation day or something, some day where I'm not working at all. I can just do whatever I want to do. And that's not really going to be, that's just not a realistic day in my life, a typical day. So I feel like reframing my expectations and sitting down and thinking what would actually make today a day where I have to go to work. It's a normal work week. I'm not at the beach. Like how could I end today and think it's going to be a great day? And writing that down makes it way easier to kind of seek that out throughout the day. It's like the way they tell you to read the answers for the multiple choice, like reading comprehension section, read the questions and all the answer choices before you go back and read the section. I feel like that's what that practice is like. And then the other thing that I did was really try to stay off of my phone this morning. I sometimes find myself waking up and then just immediately scrolling, or either immediately checking on my socials and being like, oh, do I have any new subscribers? Or how did the video that I posted yesterday go? And I just feel like flooding myself with concern about those things immediately is not the way to set up a peaceful day. So that's the routine that I ran through this morning. And now I'm going to get my breakfast. I also need to get dressed. It's 8:07 and I told myself I'd leave by 8:30. I do have patience today, but yeah, I should eat breakfast and get ready for work. I am very much running late. I'm supposed to hang out with a friend, I guess you could call them. Crazy to say. This is someone I met that also works for the same travel company, or she works for the same home health company I'm working for right now, and we actually do work for the same travel company, but none of that is important. She's a physical therapist that is working where I'm working right now, and I've really been trying to push myself to make social connections and like go out and find friends, because I'll be the first one to tell you that I feel like my circle is small and I wish that it was bigger. But it is so scary to go out and try to make friends as an adult. Like, it's just like, what do I say? How do you start this? But when I met this girl, I was actually training her on the job. And then I reached out a couple weeks later and I was like, hey, we should hang out and do something. And so now we're doing something. This is like our third time hanging out. I say it's so crazy to say friend because I just feel like when I go from place to place and contract to contract, I don't initially expect to find friends. Like, I wouldn't consider myself someone that's very extroverted. And so it's just different for me to have like reached out to this person and now we're actually hanging out. But yeah, we're supposed to be doing that. I'm forcing myself out of a hermit stage. I need to go get a new shirt and I'll come back. So yeah, I'm forcing myself out of a hermit stage because I want to do nothing more right now than just, I'm setting you up. Is this good? Can we see me? I think yes. Okay, I want to do nothing more right now than just lay down and go to bed. I just finished my last day of work today on my contract, which is crazy. Like, it has just been such a long day and I feel like there are so many familial things weighing on me right now. Like, there's a lot happening in my family that I don't want to put their business on the internet, but it's hard to not be weighed down when you know that people in your family are struggling and there's only so much you can do about it. And that's kind of where I am right now. But all that to say that I would love to just lay down and do nothing. At the same time, you can't make friends if you don't be a friend and if you don't try to go out and put yourself out there. And I'm leaving Tucson in a couple of days. Like my contract will be over very, very soon. I'll be heading back home and I won't get a chance to hang out with this person who I would love to hang out with. It's just like there's a lot on my brain in this moment. So I'm trying to do all I can to set that to the side and still go out and still hang out. Also, what do we think of this? It is a cold day in hell when you find me wearing jeans, because I don't do it, but I just feel so bad. Like I said, I've hung out with this girl 2 or 3 other times, and every single time I am in athleisure. I am in, if we can even call it athleisure. Like sometimes it looks like straight pajamas, or like I just crawled out of bed. Like I am wearing sweats and a sweatshirt, and I cannot avoid the sweatshirt because it's 60 degrees and windy today in Tucson, and we're supposed to be going for a walk. So like we need a sweatshirt, but I figured I'd up it just a little bit and do some jeans and like a cover over for the sweatshirt. As I mentioned, I'm so late, so I should really stop talking and get going. So that's what I'm gonna do. Finally made it through needing to get gas and trying to drive downtown. It is my worst nightmare, driving somewhere where you cannot find a parking spot. So it's so dark right now because I'm parked in this garage. Also, this was really excessive. It's not that cold outside. All of these things are the thoughts that are running through my head. Is on top of the fact that I just feel anxiety about hanging out with someone. I'm like, what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna do, is it gonna go okay? And what I need to focus on is the fact that we are in the parking garage. We found a level 1 parking spot. I've hung out with this person 2 or 3 times before. It's been wonderful every other time. It's gonna be great today, and I'm doing something for me, and that is a good thing. Oh, they're gonna get it's not a traffic jam. Oh my God, they don't know what to do. Okay, I had to check in with you. It's going good. The friend date is going very well. We're at this sushi slash like steakhouse right now. It is 5 o'clock. Me and homegirl have been talking and walking for like 2 hours at this point. Sorry, I got nervous. I thought someone was coming in. So yeah, now we're gonna go get food. I should text him and let him know that I'm not gonna be home for dinner. But all is going well. Very excited. Well, that was probably the best thing I could have done for myself. I had such an amazing time. Like I told you, I feel like there's a lot on my mind right now when it comes to family, and that is just kind of like, it's been stressing me out and filling my brain, and that's like all I've been able to think about. So it was nice to get someone's opinion on everything and just kind of like vent and also think about other things that was needed. I'm very happy that I went ahead and did my little friend date. I feel like there's so many times where I probably would have talked myself out of something like that and like found a way not to have done it, because I really just like, I was not feeling good before I went on the date. And honestly, I don't know how good I'm feeling right now, but we'll get into that. But I did see this little TikTok the other day that Mel Robbins did. It was like a snippet from her podcast, and it was talking about how when you're feeling overwhelmed, sometimes the thing to do is to add something else. And it sounds so counterintuitive, but I think the idea is like when your life is being taken up by other things that you don't want it to be taken up with, work, family, stress, whatever may have you, it feels like that is all that comprises your life. And so sometimes the thing to do is to add something in, like how I did today, like add in a friend date, something you want to do. It definitely was something that I loved doing, and that like in the moment it felt really good to be talking to somebody. I don't know how much the addition has like truly relieved my overall stress. Like I can't say I'm not stressed right now at all, but I bet I'd be way more on edge if I hadn't have had that release. Once I got home, I tried to do some more things that I feel like I know to my core usually help me feel better. Like I did some time blocking. I was in my Google Calendar and trying to just plan out the rest of the week, because I feel like this week is so busy, knowing that we're moving out on Friday. Today is Tuesday. And yeah, I guess just moving out on Friday, and the fact that this house, nothing has been packed. I am just like a planner to my core, and usually once I can put some stuff down in my calendar, I feel better. But I want to say that because of all these things, I'm just feeling absolutely amazing. But like, I just cannot lie and say that. I still feel like I have a lot on my mind. And sometimes it's like you can plan and you can de-stress and I can distract myself with a million other things. But the thing that I know is weighing heavy on me has not been addressed. And like, I kind of still need to address that. And hopefully this is not too unrelatable because I know I'm not like speaking very specifically about what's been stressing me recently. Like I said, I feel like it is related to family. It's mostly my family's business and I just don't want to get too deep into that. But like, just think about a family member that you have that you feel really close to and that maybe you help out from time to time. Maybe you're their confidant, like somebody you know that relies on you that is having a really hard time. That is kind of what I'm feeling right now to a degree. And I'm happy that I time blocked. I kind of planned out for the content. I'm happy that I hung out with my friend. I'm happy that I did my morning routine. But I need to have a conversation with this family member and I need to tell them how I am feeling, I think. And that is really going to be like my true stress reliever. But that's my reflection on my day of like just trying to bring peace into my life. I think what bringing peace into my life looked like today was just avoiding higher levels of stress. If I didn't hang out with my friend and like if I didn't time block this and if I didn't have my morning routine, those would just be so many other areas of my life that were also bringing me stress today. And so it was nice to not have those stressors, but just because I still have one stressor in my life doesn't mean that like none of this was worth it. So that is my very honest and very chatty review of my day of peace and order. I hope that you enjoyed watching. I'm really just trying to allow myself to be myself in my vlogs. I usually hyper-analyze every single word that I'm saying. So I wanted this to be a chatter vlog where I'm not cutting out every but I'm not cutting out every single mistake I make or every time that I'm thinking. And I don't feel like I have to script out exactly what I want to talk to you about because I mean, it's important to make a video where my train of thought is clear and I'm not just rambling, but like it's also just important to be me. And when you watch my videos, I want you to feel like you're getting authentic, true, vulnerable me. And when I'm doing all those other things and like doctoring up my videos, sometimes it doesn't feel like that. So I'm planning to put a mix of both things in here. I still consider myself a very new YouTuber, if I can call myself that. So I gotta see what works. I gotta see what feels good to me. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you're still watching right now and you're listening to me, comment a little heart because selfishly, I feel like I need a little bit of extra love right now. And so I would so appreciate if you could help give that to me. All right, until next time, I will see you very, very soon in another video. Bye.